I'm Dr. Jordin Wiggins, and this is the Pleasure Principles podcast. Join me on this journey where sex, science, and sensuality meet. Let's change the conversation around sex and pleasure together. I'm celebrating with my team today. An article I wrote for Cosmopolitan magazine was published in the November issue. I remember being, 12, 14-year-old girl reading Cosmo with my friends, and it feels like things have come full circle, and it feels so good to be a contributor. Today, thanks to Adele, we are talking about divorce. I might ruffle a few feathers with this one, some feminist feathers and some till death do us part feathers, but I'm here for it. It's a conversation that we need to be having. This episode is for you if the sex in your relationship has gone to shit. It's routine, non-existent. You make excuses not to have it. You fake and do to-do lists in your head while you're having it. Or maybe you feel rejected or unattractive because you want to have sex more than your partner. This episode is also for you if you are feeling resentful and crusty. How many times you need to ask for the laundry to be put away or help with the dishes. This episode is also for you if how you present on the outside, together, happy, joyful, is not matching how you're feeling on the inside. You're caught in the same fights, the same loop with your partner. And if you do the work, you read the books, you listen to the podcasts, you sign up for online courses and training to try and fix the problem, because, oh my superwomen, you have learned that the way to fix things is by doing, achieving, being perfect. But you slowly lose yourself in this process. I want you to know it's fixable. Listen up. If you're contemplating divorce, if you can't find the love that you want, or you're in a relationship and you are just stuck. I am divorced. Sometimes it feels strange to say that, to talk about it. Adele is opening up the conversation about compassion and understanding because it's often something that people don't understand unless they've been through it. Want to talk about vulnerable conversations? Try talking to your husband about wanting a divorce. Try telling your parents, his parents, your friends. And oh my goodness, the bullshit that people say to you when you tell them, especially if they have not been there themselves. Two of my favorites are, "I'm so sorry." And they say it with so much pity as if there has been a death. And the other is, "Well, maybe if you just try a little harder, you can work it out." As if you hadn't been reading, doing therapy, and trying everything for years. Like you just woke up one day and decided to get divorced. But that's generally not how it happens. It's definitely not how it happens for the women that I work with. Here's the thing. Half of marriages end in divorce, and that means there are a hell of a lot of us walking around with the title divorcee. And there are many of us that have had what we call starter marriages. So you get married and then it ends in divorce in the first, 2 to 5 years or under 5 years. I can't remember what the going length of time is, but you know what I mean. So we carry that shame with us, the title, divorcee. Sometimes we even have to check boxes on government documents to say that we're divorced. Even years after we've left these relationships, sometimes these unhealthy, dysfunctional relationships, It affects the people around us as well. My family and friends have had to deal with awkward questions from strangers about the intimacies of my then marriage. Lots of us try to put the fact that we're divorced in a box and hide it away. We take the pictures off our feed, we start posting the new versions of our lives, because that's what divorce often is. It's a rebirth. I actually haven't done this. I didn't edit out that decade of my life. It happened. It taught me a lot. I hope it taught him a lot. It made me who I am today. And this is knowledge that has helped me help high functioning women who are in the same position that I was. And let's face it, the odds are stacked against us, with half of marriages ending in divorce. And as an educated woman, we are making more money. And even people with street MBAs, like just women in general, compared to generations previous, we're making more money, we're more educated, we're getting better at so many things. So as we approach equality, it's disrupting traditional relationship roles and dynamics. Successful women have been raised to trust themselves, pay their own way. There's something wrong if you need to ask for help. This makes them suck at flowing, allowing, receiving the love and relationship that they want. And I know, because this was me. I think it's really important to have this conversation about divorce so that people are not stuck in sexless, unfulfilling relationships where they do not feel seen, safe, or have their needs met on the level that they intimately desire. And not all hope is lost, because if we can learn these skills before divorce, we can often transform a relationship into something better than both parties could have ever imagined. And this is my mission. It's my passion to bring pleasure to as many women as we can, to create community and sisterhood and give women the freedom to live lives that they really want to be living, not just doing what they think they need to be doing. Let's be very clear. Sometimes staying is the easy thing. I work with thousands of women globally, and there is no badge of honor for staying in a relationship that makes you lose yourself, you feel depressed, you can't communicate, you're the over giver, over functioner. There is good news. I've become a master at helping women resurrect these relationships or get so clear on what they want in and out of the bedroom that if they leave, they're leaving from a place of wholeness. I'll tell you how I do that later. So let's dive deeper on divorce, and in particular, the work I've done, the reflecting that I did, that let me realize that I was so wrapped in my masculine or my yang energy that nothing could have survived. Quick note, I'll use the terms masculine, feminine energy. I studied traditional Chinese medicine for 4 years when I was becoming a naturopathic doctor, and I have reverence for both. Masculine, doing, achieving, penetrating. Feminine is more being, stillness. And in traditional Chinese medicine, one cannot exist without the other. And we both have some masculine and feminine within each of us, just the proportions or what we're presenting can be different at the time. So in my first marriage, I was completely in my masculine and not my authentic self. So what happens is if one person is in their masculine and they are overfunctioning, this can allow the other person to be feminine and underfunction. And then resentment builds oftentimes because you're not attracted to that person in their feminine. You don't feel safe, you don't feel supported, and they're not really attracted to you, who's the controller, doer, editor. We need more flow. We can't have things stuck so rigid. So I noticed how much, and this is conceptual, so I'm going to try and break it down for you. I'm going to read a post that I wrote around my divorce, and I'm going to dissect how in my masculine I was at the time. And hopefully that will help you apply these concepts, because there's not a lot of great information out there, and not everyone has 4 years to study Chinese medicine. But if you do, I recommend it. So here's my post. I am not a wife. I never have been, at least not in the traditional sense. I was told I had to be growing up. Not in the way that I'm expected to silence my feelings, put my dreams on hold, or let's be real honest here, pack the lunches and fold the laundry. I never was, not even when I was married. And now I'm not a wife at all. I always knew that there was something wrong, some secret society that I didn't fit into. And now that I do the work that I do with the amazing women that I work with, I see I wasn't the only one. So I'm going to go into, here's 4 ways that I was in my masculine as I keep reading this post. I was working my ass off in the relationship, at work, whenever I could stay late, see just one more patient, do one more speaking event, one more work trip. So the first way is I was stuck in doing. It was a distraction, overachieving at work, getting my success and praise there was a way to distract myself from the ways that my relationship was not making me happy at the time. I thought I had to earn my love. I thought he had to prove his love to me. I couldn't accept anything less than what I thought was perfection, but I'm not perfect, and I'm so much happier now. So there's 2 points there that I want to draw. First, feeling like we need to earn love. For so many of the women that I work with, we don't trust it. We think that it's something that we have to earn by achieving, by overachieving, by having accolades. And we think that it's something that could be taken away from us if we aren't overfunctioning, if we aren't perfect. And oftentimes I see women in these relationships, like they don't feel safe, they don't feel worthy as they are. They have their superwoman cape on, and they fear that if they take it off, love will leave. Also, the fact that I was seeking perfection, I was looking at things that were wrong instead of the things that were going right. And we know that what we focus on grows. So even the really great things in my relationship, I couldn't see because I was so focused on what we needed to improve. I thought if I could read the next book, solve the next problem, fix the next fight, that I could solve it all and hold it together. But then I lost myself. I was so focused on the doing that I forgot how to be. So here's point number 4 of how I was stuck in my masculine. Fixing, which is really a nice way to cover up being controlling. And yes, this was a really hard pill to swallow, but I had to look at myself deeply. And if you are constantly trying to cross items off your to-do list, you plan 6 to 10 steps ahead. And I know, this has given you so much career success. You have degrees or the following or the bank account to show the success, and you are excellent at fixing problems for others. But if you are reproaching your relationship in this way, it will erode it. Any time that we are doing things that affects the thoughts and actions of another person, it is controlling. And we're doing it because we're scared and we're trying to keep ourselves safe. Because as a kid, something happened and we learned that we could not trust love. This is just our defense mechanism. This is just our armor, and it is fixable. The secret is that these factors, this being stuck in our masculine, is keeping us from having the sex, love, and connection that we desire in life, in relationships. So by doing, fixing, editing, earning, perfecting, these were all ways I was stuck in my masculine. You're hard, you're impenetrable. It's almost impossible to slow down. You love being right. When we need to have balance, the balance that allows us to soften and receive love from our partners. My overfunctioners, high achievers, super women, I am talking to you. I know you're lonely, exhausted, trying to read the next article. You're probably listening to this podcast because you are trying to fix something, trying to fill a void, and you are almost ashamed to raise your hand and say, I need help, because you have it so together on the outside. You're kicking ass in your career, but something is missing in the bedroom and your intimate relationships. I want you to remember you are not alone. If you're divorced, contemplating divorce, stuck in a shitty relationship with a man where things used to be amazing, or you keep repeating the same patterns, you're perpetually single because you keep picking and attracting the same men, I am here to help. There are so many of us rebuilding, picking up the pieces, doing it differently this time around. So many of us who would go through the hurt and the pain of a divorce all over again to get to the other side, to get back to ourselves, back to that spark, back to that turn on. If this is you, let's work together. Book a call with me. We will put the link in the show notes. I also wanted to let you know that my year-long incubator application is now open. The Feminine Mentorship focuses on that rebuilding. Whether you're divorced, fixing a relationship, you're not sure you can make it, always seeming to date the wrong people. If you are a super woman who is exhausted, burnt out, looking to find that balance, and you know your internal knowing is telling you that finding your way back to the feminine, to your yin energy, where you do less, attract more, that's where the power lies. If you know that is you, apply. I want you to know you deserve love, connection, and better sex than you ever thought possible. Have a great week, everybody. If you like what you heard in this episode, leave me a rating. Your support helps me get discovered by more women like you. Together, we can change the conversation around women's sexual health and pleasure for you, your partners, and generations to come.